So welcome to Mad Mary Movie Reviews. I was tagged by Alan Meggs of Physical Media Loves. Very good channel. I'll leave a link in the description. You should check it out. The tag was 6 films in my collection that are underappreciated, underrated. People don't talk about enough. So I thought, why not? So here's my 6. So first up is what I think is a massively underappreciated Steve Martin film from 1992, the excellent Leap of Faith. Now this film, I think, actually kind of bombed at the box office. At the time, people were expecting to see him kind of slapstick comedy that Steve Martin normally comes out with, but this has a wee bit more in it. He plays a travelling kind of Reverend Jonas Nightingale, and he's on kind of a touring ministry, goes from town to town, setting up tent, getting people involved, trying to get as much money in as possible. But the film is fantastic. It's way better than it should be, but it's all to do with Steve Martin. His performance in this is Oscar worthy. Like, he does the slapstick crazy, bouncing around the stage as the Reverend. So also behind the scenes, kind of the darker part, the con man of it is. Even the amazing cast in this film. Deborah Winger plays his manager, and a very kind of young Liam Neeson, early role for him, 1992, and Lucas Haas is in there too. I think it's people kind of forgot about this film, but I think it's brilliant. I think it's well worth checking out, even just for Steve Martin's performance. And that's my first film in this list. So up next is a Coen Brothers movie. Now, we all know the Coen Brothers. They've done fantastic films. You've Fargo, Big Lebowski, No Country for Old Men. But this is 1990s Miller's Crossing. Massively kind of underappreciated film they've done. It's a gangster film. Amazing cast: Gabriel Byrne, Marcia Gay Harden, John Turturro, and Albert Finney. Brilliant. And the film's kind of more or less, you have Albert Finney, who's the boss, and Gabriel Byrne is kind of number one kind of man. And they kind of have to fight off now. The Italians are moving into their territory. Of course, while this all happens, both of them fall for the same woman, Marcia Gay Harden, and that's causes a lot of grief. And her brother, John Turturro, is... Now, he's fantastic in this film, but he does cause some trouble for Gabriel Byrne. It looks fantastic. The soundtrack is amazing. It really does need a 4K, because it just looks even brilliant in Blu-ray, so imagine what a 4K could do to it. It's massively underrated, and I think more people should be talking about it, and that's the fantastic Miller's Crossing. So up next is a film I've already did a video for. I think it's on Underrated Gems playlist. The fantastic, I think it's 1996, Bruce Willis and Last Man Standing. What a brilliant movie this is. This film is directed by Walter Hill, and also cast members brilliant. You have Bruce Dern and Christopher Walken. What a cast. And it's more or less kind of more modern day retelling of A Fistful of Dollars or Yo Kimbo, the original one. And it's like a western, really, even though it's kind of set in, I think it's kind of during Prohibition times. What a brilliant movie. The action scenes in this are fantastic. These guns, unlimited bullets seem to be, because it's just constant shooting and lots of kills as he works his way between both families, the Irish Mafia and the Italian Mafia. Same again as Miller's Crossing nearly. Soundtrack's amazing. I think the score was done by Ray Cooder, so it's just beautiful music. Just kind of sets the film perfect. Well worth checking out. If you want to know more about it, you can check out my other video I did on this. It's massively underrated, so that's why it's made my list. So it's Last Man Standing. Next up was a film I'm a massive fan of. I love me comedy and I love me horror, and this one works perfectly together. It's 2010's Tucker and Dale versus Evil. This film is fantastic. These two guys are brilliant. You have Alan Tudyk and Tyler Labine. Two kind of normal guys, kind of well-meaning hillbillies. They're up, kind of doing up their own cabin, and these college students are out kind of partying, and they kind of think these two guys are bloody serial killers. And a whole lot of kind of people things get mixed up. One of the girls falls in the water, knocks herself out. The two boys rescue her. Of course, the students think now they've kidnapped her, and they decide they're going to try to stop this, come and rescue her. and all they do is start getting killed in more and more hilarious ways. It's why funny. It's just so many brilliant set pieces on it, and these two guys are fantastic. Alan Tudyk's amazing in everything he's ever been in. I love this film. It's why funny. Very, very, very gory in parts, but hilarious, kind of gore in it. And it's highly recommended. I recommend this to everybody. Anybody wants. I think if you want a good comedy horror, you don't get much better than Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Now on to my second last pick. It's 1990 again, and it's a fantastic State of Grace. What a brilliant movie this is. Fantastic cast. Sean Penn, Ed Harris, Gary Oldman. I think this is one of Gary Oldman's best ever performances. Who else in there? You have Robin Wright, John Turturro. You have a very young John C. Reilly in there as well. One of his early roles. The music's done by Ennio Morricone. A fantastic soundtrack in this. Who's directed by Phil Jonah. Don't really recognise his name alone, but this film is brilliant. The story is you have Sean Penn, who was part of this gang but disappeared for 10 years and comes back, tries to where can he get his way back into them again, but he's actually an undercover cop trying to bring him down, especially the Ed Harris character, because he's the boss and he's bloody brilliant in it. Well, Ed Harris is always brilliant. This movie is great. It's extremely violent in parts. The shootouts at the end is amazing. You have, as you say, Gary Oldman. I think it's probably his best performance. Like, he's done so many brilliant performances, but he's young in this, but he's fantastic. But I think it's 4K recently released. I think I'm print on it. I know Steve Court had it up on his Instagram. And I think I'll have to pick that up because this is a fantastic film. And that's why it's in my list of underrated films. And last up is a film, but I've already done a video for as well. I've done a few of these underrated GM films, and this one is one of the most underrated. It's a fantastic 1982 The Entity, starring Barbara Hershey. This film is brilliant. It is so disturbing in parts. It's probably, I have it up there with Exorcist and supernatural horror. It's a film that like nearly didn't get made because some of the scenes in there are pretty horrific. It stars Barbara Hershey. She's a single mother who starts getting physically abused by an unseen assailant. Like, it's a poltergeist who beats her, violently rapes her, tries to kill her a few times, does this in front of her children, and she can't get, no one was believing her. She can't get anyone to believe her, but she gets kind of a psychiatrist played by Ron Silver who starts coming around to her thinking. There's very, very disturbing parts, and it's based on a true story, which is even more terrifying. This really happened to a poor woman. Some of the scenes in this where you could see why it was found very hard to get past some of the censors. It's like I think the rape scene in this is actually more disturbing than the one that The Accused, who Jodie Foster won the Oscar for. But the film itself is fantastic. The direction is amazing. The sound should have been up for an Oscar. The sound of this is fantastic. It's kind of brings so much dread. You know something's happening. You just know that when the music and the certain sound happens, that she's in deep trouble. This film deserves a 4K. This is a Eureka Steelbook Blu-ray that I got. I think I paid £9 for it, which is an absolute bargain. It's an all-time classic. It needs someone to do the best bet. A lovely second sight release would be fantastic of it. But anybody to release a 4K, it would be beautiful. Because this is probably one of the most underrated films out there. The fantastic The Entity. So that's my list. 6 underappreciated films. I hope some people out there will start searching out these films now to see what they think of themselves. If you've got films you think are appreciated yourself, please leave down in the comments. I love reading and see if there is something else I might search out. Thanks Alan for tagging me in this. I'll tag Steve Court. He's just newly came on YouTube. See how kind of films Steve can come up with. And I should be back very soon. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. And I'll be back with either unboxing or review or some kind of pickup video soon. So thanks very much for watching, and bye-bye.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.